Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the other side of the coin and welcome to your latest Chelsea news. But before we start the latest Chelsea news, lots to go through. So don't you go anywhere. You're going to have a fantastic time with all of these news that's circulating around. Man United are in the mud, ladies and gentlemen. What a watch along that we had. If you missed out on the reactions, the live reactions that we had in the watch along, do check that out. The latest watch along, Crystal Palace 4, Man United 0. Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen. What a match from Olise. What a match. What a masterclass from Oliver Glasner and Eze and Mateta. Oh man, they bowled out. Adam Wharton as well. Don't you forget Adam Wharton. Do check that out, ladies and gentlemen. So, yeah, unbelievable. And we needed Crystal Palace to win, Man United to lose. I'm not worried about Man United anymore. We're now cemented our position at 7th, and now the focus is Newcastle. So let's see what happens over there and see if we can get to that 6th position. A close eye on Spurs as well if they continue to lose. All right, now, ladies and gentlemen, latest Chelsea news. Before we do that, smash the like button. Each and every one of you guys right now, smash the like button. Build this channel up. Let's get to 33,000 subscribers. Very, very close now. And if you're here for the first time, make sure you subscribe. And hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Now, first up, I want to talk about Enzo Fernandez. There's a lot of talk everywhere I'm seeing. All on social media, Sky Sports, Talk Sports, anything sports. Everyone is saying Enzo Fernandez. It almost feels like he's not a footballer anymore. Enzo Fernandez is not a footballer. Chelsea play better without Enzo Fernandez. That is the particular notion that is getting circulating around. You have a look at this quick little tweet here from PYS. Enzo Fernandez likes a tweet. Let them doubt you like they always have. As you can see, Enzo Fernandez, this is his Twitter page, and he's liked a particular tweet from someone named at AF34_CFC. Let them doubt you like they always have, and he's gone on and liked it. Look, all I'm going to say is, and I've said this for a while now, right? Enzo Fernandez, he doesn't fit this particular manager. He doesn't fit what the manager wants from this particular midfield. Now, that doesn't mean Enzo Fernandez is not a good footballer. It wasn't that long ago Enzo Fernandez under Graham Potter was absolutely balling out. Last season was an abysmal season. And out of all of that negativity that we had last season, Enzo Fernandez probably was one of the very few positives that we had last season, and he was one of those ones in midfield balling out for Graham Potter. We need to understand, let's not tarnish this player's reputation. That's what's happening right now. A lot of people out there believing that this guy is just not suitable for the Premier League. Do not get it twisted one bit. We are starting to play good because Mauricio Pochettino finally has given some respect to the tactical side of the game. I've said it all along. Tactics make players, even like just ordinary players, will start looking better. And Enzo Fernandez is not even an ordinary player. He's a top player. Enzo Fernandez in any other team with a manager that focuses more on possession and control and looks for those threaded passes, he's going to shine. There's no two ways about that. He was killing it in Benfica. Look at the way he plays for Argentina. We do need to distinguish two factors here. One of them is Mauricio Pochettino. He needs to have players like Gallagher. He needs to have players like Caicedo. He needs to have players like Cucurella. And we also have to understand this whole notion, everyone's talking about Gallagher and Caicedo. No, that's not even the pivot. Gallagher's literally playing as a left mid, more like a left inside forward. Yes, he is coming in and helping out in midfield at times. But you'll notice it's Cucurella and Caicedo with the combination now. Cucurella is technically so gifted. That's why it's helping us out in the build-up, especially in midfield, that square, the box that we have. It's really helping out the build-up. 3-2, 4-1 build-up. The three defenders, the two defensive midfielders. We have to understand this has got nothing to do with, you need to be Gallagher type. But Gallagher is very important for Pochettino. Gallagher on that left side, the work rate is immense. Now, people may say Enzo can play in that Gallagher position. No, he can't. No, he can't. Gallagher does a lot of coverage off the ball, bombing up and down that channel. Off the ball, he's dropping in when Cucurella is going into left back. Gallagher's coming into midfield and slotting in and making sure that the defense is covered. When we're with the ball, Gallagher's moving away. He's not part of the first phase. He doesn't want to be, nor should he be. And he's trying to crash into the box. We're asking Enzo Fernandez to do that up and down job all the time. No, we have to. If there is a future for Enzo Fernandez next season, if Pochettino stays as well, we need to find somehow to get him into the team. One of the biggest the solution I was thinking is perhaps have Cucurella as an LCB and get Cucurella to still invert. And I think this is what he was trying to do with Levi Colwill earlier in the season, where Levi Colwill was playing as a left back. I think he wanted Levi Colwill to invert a lot more. But Levi Colwill just couldn't do that shift of inverting and then coming back as a left back, because Levi Colwill is not a left back. Potentially, if we play three at the back still, with Enzo and Caicedo and Gallagher still being that left-sided midfield, then we need that LCB to be able to come into midfield, which will then mean there'll be two CBs. But, we need that LCB to cover for that gap. That's the only way I'm thinking that Cucurella can play as an LCB. He's done that for Brighton. But the disadvantage of that is you're going to lack in height. Right now you have three CBs with, height. Buddy Shield, Thiago Silva, Chalobah. You take one of the CBs out and put Cucurella there. Let's say you take Buddy Sheila, you put Cucurella there, and you lose the height. Not saying that Cucurella is not good defensively or in aerially, but you do lose that height. So it is a conundrum. Look, I fully appreciate that Enzo Fernandez, and I've said it, he doesn't fit Maurizio Pochettino. But he's not a bad footballer. Right now, what it's getting deemed as is as if he is not a good footballer at all. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts about the whole Enzo Fernandez situation. I feel like people are tarnishing his name a bit too much. Next up, Thomas Tuchel is in loose contact with Manchester United, but Chelsea is an appealing return for him. Also coming from Florian Plettenberg. This is huge. And I said it. I commented right below, get him back, Chelsea. Look at that. It's doing the rounds as well. Look, I fully believe Pochettino is going to stay next season. I fully have this belief that he's going to stay. And if we do end up getting to Europa League position, I think it's going to be confirmed that he will stay. But if there is a slim opportunity of getting Thomas Tuchel back, I'm taking him back. The organization, the discipline that we have under Thomas Tuchel, and with this squad, I think Thomas Tuchel will do very, very good. I can't see it happening, though. Honestly, I cannot see how our owners track back and bring Thomas Tuchel back. But it's very nice to see that he still finds Chelsea appealing. One thing's for sure, certainty. If he does go to Man United, I think he will make Man United far more resolute. He'll give Man United a system, an organization. And I don't want him to go to Man United. I really don't. I want Man United to be in the bin, in the mud. But let's see what happens. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts, whether you want Thomas Tuchel. I would take him in a heartbeat. He's the one. He connects. He understands us, man. I can never forget. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, more managerial news. Ruben Amorim on his future. I'm staying at Sporting. I'm under contract, and it's a special moment for me. For the club, there's another manager now coming publicly. Now we will try to win the third title together. Let's try to make it happen. Publicly coming up and stating that he's staying at Sporting Lisbon, Sporting Club de Portugal. I think that's what they're known as. This is now several managers coming out publicly stating that they're stating. Roberto De Zerbi is another one who's stating that he is staying. Stating that he is staying. What a tongue twister. So look, all of these managers could backtrack on their words, of course, but further reiterates that Pochettino most likely will stay at Chelsea Football Club next season, because the managers in the shortlist is just drying up. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, Chelsea have not started negotiations with Victor Osimhen. This is coming from Fabrizio Romano. There was that news from Di Marzio. I was thinking about doing a video. Good thing I didn't. Di Marzio, honestly, I can't trust this guy as a source, man. He's got a lot of things wrong. Di Marzio coming out and saying that Chelsea's already started contacting Osimhen. First contact has been made. They're looking to give Lukaku for an exchange as well, along with another young player from Chelsea. All up, we're looking to purchase Osimhen for somewhere around close to 80 or 90 million pounds or euros, something like that. Look, I honestly feel, first of all, that Di Marzio news seems like it's a bit of a foul news. It's a wrong news. Fabrizio Romano saying that we've not made any contacts yet, but he is in our wish list. He is in our short list, Victor Osimhen. Well, the thing I'll say about Victor Osimhen, he will fit in like a glove. I'm fully convinced he will fit in like a glove in the Premier League. His physicality will let him adapt to the league quick. And I think Pochettino is looking for a striker like him, a striker that is just there to both score goals. He works hard off the ball. You have to understand, if Poch stays next season, you need to understand what type of players Poch likes. Poch likes workaholics. Osimhen off the ball will press non-stop relentlessly. His hold up is good. His link up is good. I think he scored a goal today for Napoli. And he's brilliant up front. He's brilliant up front. He's a good header of the ball. He will be a bit of a bully to the defenders. For me, look, I know a lot of people want the fluid front three. They want a fluid striker. That's not what Poch wants. If players like Chalobah, players like Gallagher, potentially next season, in the summer, they get sold, we need to replace them with players that have got engine, that can press. Don't, for a second, take this lightly. Osimhen would be a top purchase for Chelsea under Pochettino. My only gripe with this whole situation is, how's it going to happen? Yeah, we can give Lukaku. Yeah, we can give another young striker and reduce that fee down. That is still a hefty fee. A fee aside, which is still a big concern, is his wages. How are we going to pay his wages? He's going to demand more than 200k, at least 200k. And right now, with no Europe for us, we'll see if we do end up getting Europe. There is a cap. We're on 150k per week wages for anyone at the moment. Are we going to break that cap and give someone this level of money? That is something to look at. But I'm convinced that he will definitely shine at Chelsea Football Club under Maurizio Pochettino. Let me know your thoughts, ladies and gentlemen. Next up, Chelsea are open to selling Romelu Lukaku in the summer for the value of exit clause negotiated last summer for 38 million. He does have a release clause part of private agreement with Lukaku's agents and open to any club, not only AS Roma. I don't think AS Roma can afford him for that level of money. All these Italian clubs, they are struggling. I do think he's potentially going to go to Saudi Arabia. I think he's slowly now coming around the whole idea of going to Saudi, collecting big money over there. So watch this space. I do feel Romelu Lukaku will end up in Saudi Arabia at the end of this season, once the summer window opens. And next season, we may see him there. Let's finish this saga. I don't want a long, drawn-out saga with Romelu Lukaku. Benjamin Sesko news now. Release clause this summer has risen from 42 million to 55. So at 42 million, it was tasty. Not for me, though. I can understand from a club's point of view. Young, small transfer fee. Wages are probably not going to be an issue either. From that point of view, it's tasty for the club. Me, I don't want Benjamin Sesko. I need a striker like Osimhen to come in and do the job. Or even like Ivan Toney. Ivan Toney has just got problems. It's got issues that he's got attitude problems. So I don't need Sesko. If Sesko is coming in, well, I got Nicholas Jackson, who I'm developing. I don't need another young striker to come in and develop. He's not a polished product. And now his price has gone from 42 to 55 due to performance. Depending on the last two matches of the season and his performance, it can rise to a maximum of 60 to 64 million. No thanks. Honestly, no thanks in regards to Benjamin Sesko. Paul Winstanley and Lawrence Stewart visited the dressing room after the match. They were visibly beaming with joy, and rightly so, man. An emphatic win against West Ham, 5-0, and it was a total domination. Very, very solid victory against Spurs as well, where we were overall very good team and we deserved to win. And this whole tactical change with Cucurella coming into midfield is doing a bit of madness, giving us a greater balance across all facets of our game. All of a sudden, people are not talking about Thiago Silva, high line, what an issue. Because of tactics. It had nothing to do with the personnel. Yeah, there are certain personnel who are probably not that good. and we will look into that in the summer window. But majority of them, this squad is a good squad. I've said it from the longest of time. It just was screaming out for the manager to apply some tactical know-how in the team. And finally, we're seeing some. And finally, everyone's starting to look good. Everyone in defense is good. No individual errors all of a sudden. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised because there is some tactical know-how in the team. And rightly so, Paul Winstanley and Lawrence Stewart are beaming happily in the dressing room. Now, Mark Cucurella, lots of praise for Mark Cucurella. This guy cannot be sold. So much hate and slander he got all throughout this season. Oh, he's rubbish. I knew the player I saw in Brighton, man. This guy is 4 or 5 players in one. At one stage yesterday against West Ham, he was right wing. I saw him at left wing. He was definitely playing as a defensive midfielder. He was playing as a central midfielder. He was playing as a left back. He was everywhere. He is allowing the defense to stay compact. He's giving them, a situation where they're not all spread out. He's keeping them compact because he's slotting in wherever he needs to slot in, especially in the left back. Off the ball, he's coming in and slotting in as a left back. On the ball, he's going into midfield and combining with Caicedo, which is allowing for Gallagher and Palmer and everyone else to push further forward and really express themselves. Mark Cucurella has been unbelievable for us over the last few games. I hope it continues because it's going to need to be like this until the end of the season. We need to win every single one of our games to give us ourselves an opportunity to make it to Europe. Mark Cucurella is performing as well as we have seen him in Chelsea shirt, and insiders are delighted for him. One saying that he's often cited as the funniest in the changing room. He's as valuable as anyone in Pochettino's late push for Europe, 100%. One of the most valuable right now. And I hope he doesn't get sold. Honestly, Ben Chilwell can't play this role. Ben Chilwell cannot play this role. I think Ian Martin could have played this role. Ian Martin's technically gifted. He could have played this role 100%, but we don't have Ian Martin at the moment, and potentially we're going to be selling Ian Martin to Dortmund. Lewis Hall definitely could have played this role. Undoubtedly, Lewis Hall could have played this role, but Lewis Hall is already sold to Newcastle. So if we want to continue this style next season, Cucurella must stay. Cucurella must stay. The ability to drop in as a midfielder and then off the ball become a left back is huge for us. Is huge. This multifaceted roles in one player is needed. And I can see similar thing happening to Reece James down the track, where Reece James, I can potentially see him playing as an RCB who can also come into midfield. So let's see. Look, big up to Cucurella. Insiders say Mark Cucurella's position switch is something Pochettino has been considering for some time, even practicing it in 11v11 training session at Cobham. Look, what a sensational story of Cucurella, man. Like, nearly sold last summer to Man United, stays on, gets all that slander, and now comes back like a storm. What a mentality. And now it's one of the most important players at the football club. Pochettino was asked, why wasn't this deployed earlier? And Poch was saying, look, sometimes you just got to build the foundation first. In order to sit down, you got to build a chair first. So I think what he's trying to say, that he needed the team to do the fundamentals of the game properly, work hard, press hard, trust each other's game. And now finally it's all coming together, and then Cucurella's tactical change is really reaping benefits. I think in the beginning he was trying to do that with Levi Colwill as a left back, but Levi Colwill just couldn't execute that. And now I understand why he was using Chilwell as a left winger, because Chilwell can't play this role. Chilwell's position in the team is almost it's becoming redundant now. Chilwell should be deemed as a left winger because he can't play as a left back who can invert, which is very, very important right now. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts about everything we spoke about. Smash the like button if you're here for the first time. Subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Till next time, everyone. Take care. See ya.